So I had to come back and start from scratch here. Your 10th exams are not going to decide where you end up in life.
Stories of greatness are all around us. Welcome to Race, the Rise of Remarkable Minds by Our Art, a podcast that brings inspiring voices to light. Welcome to Our Art Podcast. Here with us today, Mr. Davis George, who is a tech leader and behind the success of DTech and Digit 7. Good morning.
Good morning. Good
How are
morning.
you feeling today?
I'm a bit nervous, but I'm very excited to share my stories and experiences and inspire people around me.
So once again, welcome to our art podcast.
Thank you very much.
So I'm Simi. So I would love to know more about your childhood in the beginning. Then we can take a story from there. Is that okay?
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah. So would love to know what type of a childhood you had, and where you would love to know about your family, siblings, everything.
Okay, wow. That's a lot of details that I'll share. So I am born in Alain. I was raised there, went to school there. My childhood was not with a lot of tech background as where I am today. So my entire family, my siblings, my sister is right now a doctor. She's in Budapest.
Okay.
My brother is working for another company here in Dubai as an auditor.
Okay.
My parents, my father is into business along with me.
Okay. So they are technically skilled. Not
Mostly on the selling side of
selling
it.
side.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
yes.
Okay. Perfect.
And my mother, she works as a nurse in a government hospital in Alain. So my childhood basically was a lot of, just like how we would say, a lot of mischief and a lot of nothing very interesting happening in life, because school, that's what school does to you, right?
Yes, sir.
It teaches you to act a certain way, be a certain way. It literally puts a limit on who you are. It puts a limit on your
So
creativity.
you are a good boy category.
I would say the worst. Until back when I was in school. But right now, I think life has taken a very good turn in favor. Because what I feel was, even getting into the tech, there was nothing from school that I carry into where I am today. In fact, there's nothing from my university that I carry as well.
Okay, Davis. So talk about your family. You're married, right?
Yes, I just got married about 3 months ago.
3 months ago, so
Yes.
still a newbie. Okay.
That's right, that's right.
We'd like to know about your wife.
Yeah, my wife, her name is Evangel Sarah Davis, and she's in Canada at the moment. She works there. We met each other 2 years ago, and we've been speaking to each other, and that's how we met. And we've known each other since childhood. We've seen each other in church camps and all of those places, but we never spoke to each other until 2 years ago. And yeah, she's a beautiful, beautiful young lady.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope that she will be happy by listening to this.
100%. She's a person who inspires me. Again, just like the people that I've surrounded myself with, she pushes me. I'm a person who does not take a lot of advice from people that I don't know, right? I have authorized voices in my life that I take advice from, and she's one of them. She's one of my greatest supporters. I think along the 2 years, not just after marriage is even more beautiful. I was waiting for that moment for the past 2 years, and as much as people told me marriage is going to be boring, you're going to be locked, this is what's going to happen, people might say I'm just new into it, but I would say it's the most beautiful thing.
100%.
someone by your side.
If you look into from the positive perspective, it is beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, what was your favorite subject? Since I'm a teacher, by the way, so I
Okay.
would like to know that what was your favorite subject when you were in your school days, and what was your bachelor's, and would like to know about your education background.
Okay, so my favorite subject in school was English,
Okay.
right? The easiest one.
Not really, but not for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I
okay.
think that was my favorite subject. Everything else, I think math was a little too tough for me back in school. But I did my schooling. I finished my 11th, my 12th, everything in Alain. And then I moved on to do my bachelor's in Middlesex University. I did my bachelor's in business management.
Wow. Okay.
And I did my final year, I did an exchange program. I flew to the UK and I graduated from the Middlesex in London.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what was that tech inspiration when it happened? Like, what was that point? What age was that, where you decided, okay, technology is what I'm looking into?
Right. That's my favorite part of this story to always share and inspire young people, which is when I came back after my bachelor's in the UK. There was this typical stereotype where people say if you study abroad and you come back to UAE, you'll get a manager position, you'll get all of those. They fill you with these fancy ideas.
Yes.
But as soon as I came back, I was not really looking into tech, but I was looking into a place where I could grow. So selling is my passion, communication is my passion, right? So every time I had to sell something, I would get really, really passionate about it. It was, I would say, one of the best qualities that I have. Even back in school, we used to sell these bands, these Adidas bands, the Nike bands.
Wow.
That was, trending during those times under the table without teachers knowing. So,
For money?
yeah, for money, for
Oh,
pocket
really?
money,
Oh
yes.
my God. So you were good back then, right? So
Yes.
for selling things.
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share this, but I would like literally buy a lollipop from the grocery for like 50 fills. So I wait for the time where students are the most hungry, and
Oh.
that's towards the last period of the
Lessons.
day.
Yeah, day, okay.
And at the last period is when you sell it for 10 to 15 dirhams, and they'll buy it off you.
Oh my God. So your brain works totally, what I can say that, the technique.
Yes, of
Isn't
selling.
it?
Yes.
So when you were sharing, this kind of, have you ever told this to your parents that I do like this? No?
I think they got to know because in school they obviously caught me and they had to sign on a diary saying my son will not do this again. So a lot of that exposure certainly came in and they knew. And that's how the passion developed. And as I came back from London, I found this company called, it was back then known as Ducantec, and today it's rebranded as D-Tech.
Okay.
So I went for an interview and they looked at me and they said, see, we have your CV, but we're not looking at the CV. Are you ready to sell? And I said, yes, I am, 100%. But I didn't know what was lying ahead, right? And I'm really grateful for my CEO of D-Tech. His name is Sanad Yagi.
Sanat Yagi, okay.
Yes, he is a very young entrepreneur.
Okay.
Very, very inspiring, very, very dedicated. So I'm very grateful to him for giving me the opportunity to join them. So back then,
What age was that?
I was 20 years old.
Okay, because you by the way, you look young, so I want just.
I am very young.
Yeah, that is why I want to know, what age we get these ideas and what age we get that, passion to follow. So would love to know would love to share with the audiences that, this we can start at any age, isn't
Right,
it?
right. So I think it all started after my university because until my university, obviously, I was very provided for. My parents took care of my expenses and all of that until uni was over, and then it was obviously ready to face life.
Yeah.
And that's when I took the decision of it doesn't matter what it's going to cost, I'm going to do it. If there's something that I'm about to do, there's something that I tell people that meet me and I say, I want to live a legacy. I'm not here for a short life. I'm not here for a small one. If I'm living it big. And
Wow.
I'll grind, I'll hustle, whatever it takes. I'll make sure that one day I'm on top.
But that's quite an inspirational, talk. Anyway, so you were saying that you've been to other countries because
Yes.
you are you've born and raised in Alain,
Yeah.
a GCC child, and you've gone abroad. And have you ever thought that to stay over there? Usually, how people think is that go abroad and settle over there
Yeah.
from here, isn't it?
Right.
So, what makes you think that I have to come back to UAE?
Okay, that's a good question. So, unfortunately, during that time, but I don't think I should say unfortunately. I said fortunately,
Okay.
right? There was peak COVID during that time.
Okay.
So I had to come back and start from scratch here. So I just want to continue the story of meeting Sanad, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I go for the interview and he says, if you're ready, you can join tomorrow. And I say, okay, what product do you have? What do you have? He said, you'll figure it out on the way, right?
Okay.
And the next day morning I get into a car. So they have a product. It's a POS machine. POS is basically a point of sale machine, right? You find in these supermarkets and stores where they scan your items when you buy them. So that's called a POS.
The barcode reader, you're saying?
Yes, the barcode and the entire system is called a POS. The
Okay.
computer and
Okay.
the self-checkout. So all of that is called a POS. It's a
Okay.
point of sale.
Okay.
So his idea was to make a one-stop solution for everything, which means you can sell through this device, which is obviously scanning items. You can add suppliers to it. For example, if today in the shop you need to order about 5 quantities of milk, you don't need to call the supplier. You can order it right from the machine itself.
Yes. Okay.
So he wanted to bring about every automation into that one device.
Wow. Okay.
And that's how we started. And the first day when I started, I asked them, where's the product? Because I have to go and show this to clients. They said, it's not ready yet. You'll have to show it on a file and collect an advance payment for it.
Advance payment for a product which is not even
In the market.
Okay.
But it's coming soon.
Okay.
And I took a file with me. I walked about 6 to 7 kilometers on foot every single day. And coming from London, right, with people filling your head with a lot of dreams and fancy ideas, this was not easy. Because I used to tell myself, this is not what I signed up for. But if this is going to take me somewhere, I'm definitely ready to do the grind. So I would walk into every store in Dubai. Let's say we would have different locations. One day it would be International City, one day it would be Jumeirah. So in different parts, we would go with this file. They will ask me, go inside and sell it. So which means I go to the owner and I say, see, this is what's going to come. Would you like to buy this? If you are ready, you pay me right now.
Okay.
And it's not easy because you're selling on a paper. That's like old school. That's not even today's world.
So that means that you were doing door to door. You were going
Door to door.
Oh my God.
Every door. Every
Okay.
door. I think I would start work at around 8 a.m. and finish by 2 a.m.
So how long it proceeded? Like how long it was? See, I think young generation would be like lazy to do all this. So that fire in you, that is something inspiring. I would like to know more about it. Yeah. So how long you were doing it and how many customers you got, clients you got? Yeah.
So when I joined, the company was only of 4 people, and that was the CEO and the partners and few, I think 1 or 2 of the salesmen. And every day they used to add to the team, and it was not easy, but the passion and the fire came from a vision that I had, right? The vision that I want to succeed. If this is what it's going to take to succeed, you can count me in, right? But there are days I would never say it was easy, because every night I would go to bed and say I don't want to go tomorrow, right?
Okay,
But
yeah.
the moment I wake up, I show up again. I think it's all about consistency
100%.
and showing up every single day. It does not matter how difficult it is.
That you say that your success mantra? What
I see, because I want to be really honest, there are days where it used to be really low, right? And showing up would definitely be what I count as success, because I've been through challenges, I've been through how tough it gets, and the only thing that works is showing up.
Absolutely.
Because when you show up, it happens. I'm telling you,
Yes.
magic happens. So when I worked, trust me or not, my CEO, he is also very young. He was, I think, 3 years elder than me.
Okay.
Yeah, very young entrepreneur. And there came a point, I think 10-15 days after I joined, he said, if you don't have 3 sales a day, don't come back tomorrow.
3 sales a day.
A day, on a paper. Not on a demo, on a paper.
Okay.
And that just took the challenge to the next level, right? I can easily go, I can easily leave, I can go find another job. It's not that hard, right? Because I don't have to struggle so much. My parents would tell me, why are you doing this, right? You studied in London, because that's the Indian parents,
Mindset. I totally agree
like
with
you
that.
studied, this is what we paid for all this fees and you're doing this.
Yeah.
So they never understood, and they would tell me, quit. It's okay, come back
Even
home.
the salary package was that good enough that
No, it
to
was
show
just
up
a
every day?
No, it was just a basic salary.
Okay.
It was a very basic salary that would only cover my expenses.
Okay. But still you wanted to
Grow.
grow.
And every day I would bring 3 to 5 sales, and the days that I didn't bring, he would show a little grace. But I did that every day for 2 months, and in 2 months I got my first promotion as the team lead.
Okay.
So now I had to manage 4 people. Same. I used to do the same grind, but now I'm doing it with 4 people. I have 4 people in my team. We have weekly targets, and so I think by 9 to 12 months, the kind of expansion that happened before I go into the promotions that I had during that period is we spread into 8 countries with almost 25,000 merchants.
Wow.
That's the sales we did.
Okay, that's the emotion that I have right now.
Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant. So, we mentioned about your success and all the stuff. In between, you were saying it was not easy to show up every day. So, of course, there will be challenges and hurdles that, when you go door to door, if somebody comes and say, hey, I want to sell this, nobody will be listening to you or
Yeah.
somebody. So, is there any particular memory that you would like to share, which still in your heart that oh my God, that day it happened to me?
Yeah, so I think this is maybe very funny, but there was a moment, I think, there was a day that it was very dry. Like, I had everybody I called would literally cut the call on my face, and I would be in the car and I would be like, where am I going to get a sale? I need 3 sales before the end of the night, or else, tomorrow he might fire me. And that fire inside me that I want to succeed, right? It's not that this is an option. I can go find another job. No, that was not an option for me. I wanted to make sure that this company that I am putting my effort, my blood and sweat for has to succeed at any cost, right? It was a more of an emotional tie. So I remember there was one time I think it was about 7 p.m. and there's no calls coming, and I'm just waiting, and I'm like, God, you've got to do something. You've got to do something. This day can't go without me finishing. I think it was, by 8, 9, I was driving back home and I get a call. And he says, I need 9 systems. Not even 3, 9. I'm like, okay, let's go. And I went to him, and he was a person that I spoke to 5 months ago. Not even during those periods. He just gave me a call and said, I need these systems. On the spot, I remember how there was so much favor, and that person literally signed 9 systems. And during those periods, because I remember there was one time my CEO was really upset. He was there during a meeting, and he said, he was speaking about how sales were not working for the company and all of that. And I went to his room. So I was just, I think, about 12 days into the company.
Mm-hmm.
I went to his office and I said, don't worry, I'm here, right? And he looked at me, he's like, are you sure? I said, yes, don't worry about it. I've got this. And I went out that day. I think I sold 14. Just that day, I went with that very inspiration that, this company cannot go down. And it's a startup, it's a brand new startup, so nobody's going to believe you. There's no website, there's no social media, there's nothing, there's only a trade license that I can show. Right? Who's going to believe you and give you money? But that's how we did sales. And I think about 7 months, and I got, one day he called me to the office and he said, are you ready for the next? I said, yes, I am. He said, go to Abu Dhabi, start from scratch, build a team, hire a team. Whatever you've done here, teach them to do the same. And I did Abu Dhabi. We built Abu Dhabi on a solid base. And the next, he said, go to Qatar. And that's how I started traveling, setting up the team. And I think a lot of that came from just showing up. The secret is showing up. People don't understand. I don't have what it is. If you ask me how the system works, what's the technical side of it, I don't know. But the only point of passion where it comes that, it has been given to me, it's my responsibility. Like most
taking
people,
responsibility.
So because most people in today's world, let's talk about our generation, right?
Yeah.
When they join a company, they're in for the salary. They don't want the company to succeed. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. And it takes certain level of courage to say, this is where I have been placed, and because I am here, this place has to succeed.
I think very few will be thinking in that way.
That's right.
Then that is why we are listening to your story. We are not calling them, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So we were talking about the hurdles and challenges, and that time, how was your family support? Your everyday morning, early morning going, coming back at 2 a.m. in the morning. So how was your family support?
They would tell me every day, quit. They said, you don't have to do this. You'll find better jobs. Quit every single day. But I remember there came a point in my career in D-Tech where I got an email from my CEO, And I think it was during 2022 March where I texted him and I said, this is too much. I'm burning myself out because I'm not getting time to rest. So he said, go take a vacation. Come back whenever you're ready. I'll be here. So that's the kind of trust we built.
Yes.
And I took a break and I came back and I told him, I can't seem to do this anymore. I need something big. I can't go back to what I was doing. And that day he sent me a email. He said, you're going to Qatar tomorrow. I'm getting your tickets. And I didn't know about this Qatar plan. It's on the email that he's telling me when I told him I wanted a bigger challenge. He said, go to Qatar, like I mentioned before, set up the team, do all of that stuff. But what's special about this CEO was, on the email he said, Davis, I trust you to do it. So I'm not doubling your salary. Once you do it, I'm doing it right now because I trust you enough to do it. And he doubled my salary and he sent me.
Okay.
And within, I think, Qatar, I think is one of my favorite markets that I'm very emotionally tied to, is only because of what has been achieved there in a very short span of time. I think it was mentioned that it was the least performing market and we turned that into the best one in 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Okay. So within this 12 weeks, so you had a team of how many people? That you were a manager or a leader there? I would like to know that, what is the difference between a manager and leader?
So a team lead basically takes care of the team, right? A manager takes care of the team leader and the team.
Okay.
So the way that I build hierarchy or the way I build structures is very different. I like to interact only with the leader. I don't like to interact with the team
members.
Yes. Why? Because the only reason is there's no pride in there. It's for my leader to hold himself accountable and grow to a bigger place where now he can take my position.
Yes.
Right?
Giving responsibilities.
Exactly.
Okay.
Delegations. Very important. Very important. So when I went to Qatar and my CEO said the market is performing very low. So when I looked at the members, so he sent me analyze, find out what's going wrong and fix it. I went there and I saw that there were about 7 to 8 employees. None of them were happy. Everybody was just in for the salary. And I took some time to analyze and I saw none of them had a passion to sell, because there's a certain passion that I carry. And if you don't carry the same, maybe you'll find another place where you have a passion, but this is not the place for you. I remember I sent him an email saying, I'm firing everyone, every single. He said, do what it takes, but this is what I want.
Okay.
So I started taking interviews.
So how was the response when you sent an email that I'm firing everybody?
So my CEO is, because he's young and he thinks like me, he said, it's okay. As long as you bring in the results, that's okay.
It happens in the movies. I've seen in movies that, firing everyone in one day. I'm like, yeah.
So my CEO is very impulsive like that, and I think that it has its own pros and its cons towards the emotional side of it. But because we're a startup, we can't be involved in emotions because we have to thrive, right? Because we are only starting off and we need to hit certain numbers. We have board to answer to, so we have a lot of things happening. So I remember there's a very special moment, and a close friend of mine, his name is Riaz. So he came for the interview and he said, I haven't eaten in days and I don't have the money for anything, but if you give me an opportunity, I'll prove myself to you.
Yes.
I said, okay, you join tomorrow. I don't know where you come from. I don't know what you do. I don't know about any of your qualifications, but let's do it. And the entire team was fired, and I put out a LinkedIn post saying, I'm hiring. And when they came for interview, I said, I don't want to see your CV. I don't want to know what you've done.
The same thing that your CEO has told you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Said, if you are ready to sell, right, you'll be on my team. And I assure you growth every month. So when we got people who were desperate to thrive in life, not to get money, there's a difference. There's a difference to wanting money and wanting to grow. So that's where the HR and the hiring process gets really challenging.
Yes.
Because you've got to discern between who wants the money and who wants to grow.
Yes.
Right? So there's a big difference between that. So We hired a team from scratch, a hungry team of just 7 to 8 people.
I love the word hungry team.
Yeah, a really hungry team that really wanted to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't look at age. Riyash, I think, is now in his 48 or 49. Within 7 months, he was the manager for Qatar.
Brilliant.
As I left that place, because whenever I finish building, I go to the next place to build. So I built that entire team within 12 weeks because I told Riyash, you've got to manage the team. I'm not going to manage it. You told me that you could do it, and I'm ready to reward you. I'm not going to. It's not going to take you 2 to 3 years to get a promotion. You show me what you can do, and you'll get.
It's not about the micromanagement.
I'm not going to micromanage you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, every week he would exceed every target we had. Every week, there's not one week. If he told me that he's going to exceed the target, he would 100%.
I think even in your industry that the trust when we place, if they return back, that is what happens.
That's the
right?
main
Magic
thing.
happens there as well. Yeah.
Exactly. So employees want to feel like they're a part of the company. They don't want to feel like employees. They want to feel like family, right? So most of the times it's all about companies not spending on them, right? If they give you what you want, you've got to give them what they want also, right? If not to the extent that they want, maybe at least going halfway for them. So I used to have team dinners. I used to, whatever Dubai did not do, the Dubai market did not do, I used to do it in Qatar. All that so that they would also be happy. I remember they would get a salary increment every 2 months. Every 2 months, if not much, at least something, so that it keeps them going.
Yes.
So growth was always assured to them, and they did what they did. 12 weeks.
Okay. So from that time until now, your leadership journey.
Yeah.
So how you summarize it, how it was, and what are the, of course we discussed about the challenges that you had in your this journey of
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your leadership journey, I would like to know, what's that, from a door to door to a leader now, heading so many things. I would like to know about it.
Right. I think it's my passion to lead people, to show a role model of leading, right? Because not everybody is a leader. You can be named as a leader, but you're not a leader.
100%. We know that because we live in UAE.
That's
we
right.
know the leaders, isn't it?
Exactly. So the way that leadership always works is you understanding from the very bottom of who you have in your team, right? Because you've got to go down to their level and understand their concerns and lead them accordingly. Because it's easy where you can be a manager and you can sit at home. The team will still achieve what it takes.
Yeah, that's what I was asking before. Like manager and leader. When you lead, it's a different role. Yeah.
I think it's important for a manager to be with the team.
Yeah.
Even when you grow to a point where you have so many members in your team, I think it's because I remember my previous CEO, Sanat, he used to come down to the field to sell with me. Right? With our teams, he would go with each team every single day to sell, to see what problems they face, how they can,
the risk management and all,
all of that. So he would see why is it hard to sell, and he would then launch a website. He would then launch a social media to see the responses. So it takes a leader to go down to the people and understand who are they and what do they want as well. And it takes a leader. It does not come very easy. There are sacrifices that a leader makes. There are great